bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Well, thank you for joining us. Sara Razavi is with us right now, and she is Executive Director of the organization called Honoring Emancipated Youth. Nice to have you here, Sara. We're going to talk about National Foster Care Month. It's coming up. Tell me about the organization itself as Executive Director.
Sure. Honoring Emancipated Youth was started a while back by the United Way of the Bay Area as a way to really address the issue of youth aging out of the foster care system and the hard statistics of the hardships they have in transition to adulthood. Our work currently is really focused on integrating systems of support for youth who age out of the foster care system.
Okay. One of the things that has always bothered me about that system was what you were talking about is someone goes through 5 or 6 or 10 or whatever foster care situations.
Placements, yeah.
18, here's $1.50 and a suit or whatever they're given, and they're off on their own and they have no place to turn and no way to support themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, this is, to me, is one of the biggest downfalls of that whole program.
It is, and it's outdated. I think there was
Totally
a point
outdated.
that at 18 you could have potentially become self-sufficient
Sure.
and independent.
Right.
The current national statistic for independence from family is about 26 years old, and that's thinking of when you really stop depending on your family for any kind of specific needs. And it's a piece that there's some legislation trying to address, extending that age to at least 21. There are services that are really we're advocating for to support the youth once they age out at 18 to really still have some network of connections till 21, 24, 25. And we could keep saying there's an age, but ultimately 18 is very young.
Yeah, well, one of the problems I'm assuming now is you've got a young man or a young woman and you move them from house to house, and they're not really thinking about their education for the most part. They're thinking about survival, or
Their
where they're
basic
going to have
needs,
to live next, or the next problem, or the children they have to live with, or all kinds of things except what they need to motivate them to get them into the next level.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of meeting their basic needs as anybody. If you're
Sure.
struggling with housing and then ultimately struggling with employment, ultimately struggling with education, those are your basic levels of support and need. And then you need from there to then go on to some other dreaming about larger hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
So it is frustrating, I think, in general for anybody at 18, but particularly for this population, it's a harder task.
Yeah. Have you had success?
We have had success. We've been around for a couple of years, and our advocacy has really led to increased housing for foster care youth. We really focus on youth who are transitioning to have transition housing so that once they age out at 18, they really have a place to go. And that gives them support and learning to be able to live on their own. We were an advocate for that program, and it's something that's been really taken forward statewide. We advocated for youth who were interested in going on to college, higher education, for a program called Guardian Scholars. It was something that started in Southern California, and we really thought it was important to bring it up to Northern California. And by bringing up really our work as an intermediary is to raise awareness around this issue, make sure that the players who can put it on their campus are aware that they could.
Okay.
Cal Berkeley has a program now. And San Francisco State has a program, City College has a program.
More people getting on board, in other words. I want to mention the event you have coming up. Okay, that is May 8th, is that right?
Right.
May 8th. Okay, now, first of all, some of this, people may see this before that event, but also for the people who are not seeing it till after the event.
Sure.
Tell us about what the purpose of the event is.
Absolutely. Our role in the community is to raise awareness.
Okay.
A large part of that is...
We're just about out of time.
Absolutely, yeah. So on May 8th, we're going to have an annual breakfast where we bring in youth as well as professionals in the community in under one roof for a breakfast and an opportunity to really meet and greet each other.
And it's at the Gold Room.
It's at the Gold Ballroom at the Palace Hotel for a breakfast.
Terrific location that is.
Yeah.
All right, it's
Yeah.
a wonderful location. Get pancakes, things like that?
Yeah, muffins,
Okay, what
all
a
good
deal
stuff.
like that. Thanks for being here.
Thank
Sara.
you so much.
Sara Razavi has been our guest. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you.